give the stage. Thank you, thank you. My check. Yes, ma'am. But the mic is not working right now. Oh, that's it. That's it.
I think he's working. जैसे ये वर्किंग करता है,
हाँ
आप उनको बैठने के लिए रिक्वेस्ट कीजिएगा।
जी।
सेकेंड थिंग उनको बोल दीजिएगा कि वो लोग मास्क पहन लें, बट एट द टाइम ऑफ टेकिंग डिग्री, जैसी डिग्री हाथ में लेंगे वो लोग मास्क उतार देंगे ताकि वो फोटो ले सकें।
All of you are requested to please remain seated. Please take your seats. I request everyone to please take their seats. कोई बात मैं भी लेके आई थी, मेरा भी खुद
कम से कम वर्क तो कर रहा है।
सुप्रभात। भारतीय विज्ञान शिक्षा एवं अनुसंधान संस्थान कोलकाता के 9वें दीक्षांत समारोह में आपका स्वागत है। हम आपसे आग्रह करते हैं कि अपने मोबाइल फ़ोन बंद कर दें तथा बैठे रहें। कृपया कोई तस्वीर ना खींचें। एक पेशेवर फोटोग्राफर पूरे कार्यक्रम की तस्वीर खींचेंगे जो आप लोगों को उपलब्ध कराई जाएगी। Good morning everyone. Welcome you all to the 9th Convocation of the Indian Institute of Science Education and Research, Kolkata. We request you to switch off your mobile phones and remain seated. Please do not click any photographs. A professional photographer will be covering the event and the photographs will be made accessible to all of you. प्रिय छात्र, दीक्षांत समारोह के दौरान आप किसी प्रकार का अनुचित शोर ना करें। Dear students, you are requested not to engage in any unwarranted noise during the entire convocation proceedings. प्रिय स्नातक छात्र, कृपया ध्यान रखें कि दीक्षांत समारोह के पश्चात आपके लिए फोटोग्राफी सत्र का आयोजन किया गया है तस्वीरें वेबसाइट पर अपलोड कर दी जाएंगी, आप वहां से उन्हें डाउनलोड कर सकते हैं। कृपया स्वयं सेवकों के अनुदेशों का पालन करें। Dear graduating students, please note that a photography session has been arranged for you after the convocation. The photographs will be uploaded on the website from where you will be able to download the same. We request you to please follow the instructions of the volunteers. You all are requested to wear the mask and remove only when you will get the photograph there with the director on the stage. भद्र महिलाएं एवं महोदयगण, हमारी मुख्य अतिथि प्रोफेसर संघमित्रा बंदोपाध्याय, प्रोफेसर अरविंद अनंत नातू, अध्यक्ष शासी मंडल आईआईएसईआर कोलकाता तथा अन्य उच्च अधिकारी जल्द ही दीक्षांत समारोह प्रेक्षागृह पहुंच जाएंगे। लेडीज एंड जेंटलमैन, आवर चीफ गेस्ट प्रोफेसर संघमित्रा बंदोपाध्याय, प्रोफेसर अनंत ए नाटू, चेयरपर्सन बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर्स, चेयरपर्सन बोर्ड ऑफ गवर्नर्स आईआईएसईआर कोलकाता, and other dignitaries will soon arrive at the convocation hall. I request all of you to please wear the mask. भद्र महिलाएं एवं महोदयगण, जैसे ही शैक्षिक शोभा यात्रा सभागृह में प्रवेश करेगी, हम आवाहन द्वारा इस भव्य समारोह का प्रारंभ करेंगे। कृपया तब खड़े हो जाएं और शोभा यात्रा के सभी सदस्यों के आसन ग्रहण करने लेने तक खड़े रहें। Ladies and gentlemen, as the academic procession enters the convocation hall, we shall have the invocation to initiate this auspicious occasion. Please rise then and remain standing till all the members of the procession takes their seat.
संगच्छध्वं संबदाध्वं संवो मनांसि जानता समानो मंत्र समीति समानी समानं
I request everyone, please stand up. कृपया सब खड़े हो जाएं।
संगच्छध्वं संबदाध्वं संवो
May we march forward with a common goal. May we be open-minded and work together in harmony. May we share our thoughts of integrated wisdom. May our prayers be one. May we belong to one brotherhood. May our hearts and minds move towards one supreme goal. May our aspirations be harmonious. May our minds be in unison. May we strive to reduce disparity. May we be bound in strong fellowship and unity.
संबदाध्वं संवो मनांसि जानता
I request everyone to please take their seats. कृपया सब बैठ जाएं।
May I request the respected Chairperson, Board of Governors of Indian Institute of Science, Research and Education, Kolkata, to kindly declare the 9th convocation open. Sir, please.
Just I declare 9th Convocation of Indian Institute of Science, Education and Research, Kolkata, open.
Thank you, sir. I now request the Chairman Senate and Director IISER Kolkata, Professor Saurabh Pal, to kindly present the Director's report. Professor Pal.
Respected Chief Guest, Professor Sanghamitra Bandyopadhyay, Director IISER Kolkata, Chairperson of the Board of Governors of IISER Kolkata, Professor Arvind Natu, all other delegates on the stage, delegates, our distinguished guests, the founder director, Professor Sushanta Dattagupta, all the senators, my colleagues, and the student community at large, and in particular the graduating students and their parents. It is indeed a great pleasure to welcome you to the 9th Convocation of IISER Kolkata. It is particularly important to note that after 3 years, we are having the convocation on a physical mode. As all of you know, in 2020, we could not hold the convocation. 2021, the convocation was online, where Professor Govardhan Mehta was the chief guest. So I am particularly pleased to see a large gathering of students assembling in this relatively new R.N. Tagore, Rabindranath Tagore auditorium. As all of you know, of course, the convocation is a very big event. It is probably the biggest event in the calendar of the academic institutions where the degrees are given. Of course, for the benefit of many students, and in particular, in the pandemic year of 2020, we have given degrees in a completely different mode. We very often also give provisional degrees, but this is the event where the degrees are awarded. And I'm very happy to welcome all of you. Initially, I decided to give a completely extempore speech. This particularly being possibly my final convocation at IISER Kolkata, I wanted to deliver an extempore speech. However, I later realized that the director's report is an activity report, which essentially means I run into a danger if I give a completely extempore speech. I have to produce facts and figures. So I am deviating from my original intent and have to read out speeches from the written text. IISER Kolkata has been doing well with all ups and downs, and in the very beginning from 2006, it has an eventful journey, and today it is a major destination for the students, major destination for the BSMS students, a major destination for the PhD whether it is the normal PhD or the integrated PhD, IISER Kolkata has turned out to be an attractive destination. I am very happy to say this, that over the years, IISER Kolkata has grown, and I said in the last convocation speech, which was kind of recorded, that I was very pleased that on the 15th anniversary of IISER Kolkata and Pune, at least one journal of Wiley, which is a very famous journal, Chemistry and Asian Journal, published a very special issue containing articles only from the faculties of IISER Kolkata and Pune. I am not sure if such a thing has happened, where the institutions have been respected. And this is done by a very eminent publisher, Wiley, in a very eminent journal, and I believe it means that we have come into the attention. I congratulate all my faculties, students, for making several achievements which I am going to read out. I will particularly highlight, of course, the achievements of the last year, from the last convocation. Today, our faculty strength has grown beyond 130, and a couple of new faculties are joining. Some more faculty recruitments will take place, but eventually it will be about 132, 133. Which is still not in the ratio of 1:10, and I must say 1:10 in terms of faculties to student. I must say that we have request with the ministry to have more positions for the faculty, which I expect would be sanctioned very soon. Our combined strength, including the batch of students who will be receiving the degree today, is 1014 BSMS, which is basically our 5-year, which means we have been taking at 200 students on the average per year, 175 integrated PhD students, and 495 doctoral students. And interestingly also, I must say that 38 institute postdoctoral fellows of different kind. We have in the institute also started postdoctoral scheme in the last year. I'm very happy to say this, and that will certainly strengthen the research of this institute. We are committed to excellence. Our faculty members have embarked on a mission to address the most relevant scientific problems to the society, and I'm very happy about that. Our BSMS students also publish their findings, research findings, in peer-reviewed journals, which is certainly a very important thing to note. Our performances are getting recognized both nationally and internationally in terms of various awards, fellowships, and distinctions. In fact, even for the last year, if I have to read out all the fellowships and the awards, it will take a long time. So I will only restrict myself to certain fellowships of the national academies. And I'm very happy that last year we had 3 fellowships of the National Academy in 1 year. And till today, IISER Kolkata has 6 fellowships of the national academies, which is basically the Indian National Science Academy, Indian Academy of Sciences, and National Academy of Sciences, and 2 Bhatnagar Awards, plus several Swarna Jayanti Young Scientist Awards and so on, and several other recognitions being in the editorial boards and so on. In particular, I should mention that Professor Jayashree Das Sharma has been elected to the Fellowship of the National Academy of Sciences. Professor Jayashree Das Sharma has also been elected as a Fellow of the Indian Academy of Sciences. She is also elected to the Fellow of Indian Academy of Neurosciences, but I'm just restricting myself mainly to the national academies. We have also Professor Nirmala Ghosh, who has been elected as a Fellow of the Indian Academy of Sciences. And as all of you know, Professor Ghosh won a major Stokes Award for his contributions, and we must congratulate him and others for their major achievements. I should also say some of the major editorial board membership, Professor Sadhin Mandal, who has been elected in this particular year. Again, I'm restricting to this particular year. Editorial Advisory Board of Chemical Sciences, Professor Malla Reddy. I should also say that Professor Malla Reddy got probably elected to the Fellowship of the National Academy of Sciences after the last convocation. So I think I should mention Professor Malla Reddy's name also in this regard. So there are 4 fellowships only in the last 1 year. Professor Malla Reddy has also published a very important paper in science. Professor Sayan Bhattacharya has been elected in the editorial board of the SES Applied Energy Materials, which is a very high-profile journal. Then, of course, there are committees, very important committee like Professor Dibyendu Nandi. He is the chairperson of a national committee for ISRO's Aditya L1 space research. Then Anindita Bhadra as the co-chair of the E Global Young Academy. And there are several which we continue to publish in the website. I should say that as IISER Kolkata director, as an individual, I have been trying to play a very important role for India in the Commonwealth chemistry as an executive board member, and I am trying to put forward the Indian chemistry into the international scene. It is a great satisfaction that our faculty members are receiving these awards. They have also got major projects, and our total number of projects since the inception is 161, and total amount of money that we have received is 116 crores. So there are several efforts. 35% have a very high, 35% of our projects have a very high quotient of social relevance, including addressing national issues like sustainable environment, Ganga water quality monitoring, and its implication of human population in this livelihood in the Sundarban Delta, etc. So there are several work which has been going on. This is again in the last year. A very important work that we have done is to actually collaborate with the biotech, Bharat Biotech company. Many of you know Bharat Biotech by now. And we have signed a kind of MOU to work jointly with them to develop a lipid-based vaccine. As all of you know, the lipid-based vaccines are now something that the efforts are going on in several places. So to combat COVID-19 by exploiting a recently obtained US patent, we are also looking at some solid material to heal, which helped in demonstrating self-healing. So several of our research have high translational background. We have entered into the several rankings. Of course, in NIRF, we have been entering from 2017, but we have also entered the ranking of Times Higher Education. We have now in the rankings, we are going to enter in the QS ranking. I just want to tell you that in most of the rankings, we have been doing fairly well by the Indian standards. But I must particularly mention a ranking which is given by Nature Index journals. All of you know Nature Index journals collect journals with a very high impact, and we have been consistently doing well. Among the academic institutions, this year's Nature Index ranking places IISER Kolkata as number 4 behind IISc Bangalore, Homi Bhabha and IIT Bombay, which is a very great achievement for a young institution and certainly the top of the IISERs. In different subjects like chemistry and life sciences, we are even number 3 in the Nature Index ranking. So I think this really pleases me in terms of ranking. Of course, in the Times Higher Education, we have been up and down. Last year, in the Asia ranking, we are 142, around 142. This year, we have slipped to 201 to 250. But I must mention that even in the Times Higher Education, we have been the top of the IISERs. So IISER Pune was 251 to 300. We have been in the 201 to 250 bracket in the Asia Times Higher Education ranking. So I think we have been doing very well. There is a lot of scope for improvement. Whenever there is a slight up and down, it means there is a lot of scope to improve. When you continue to go up, you are not sure where will be the maximum. But I think we are yet to reach the peak. And this is where, in the very final year, I must salute my faculty, our students, staff, that they have brought the institution to a height where we can only expect more. And I hope in years to come, IISER Kolkata will go even higher. I must say that while we are doing research which are of fundamental interest, basic interest, I have already told that we are trying to connect with industry, Gas Authority of India Limited. I talked about Bharat Biotech. One of the very important memorandum of understanding that we have signed is with TCG Crest. Many of you may know the TCG group, the Chatterjee group in Kolkata. They have started a new research initiative in terms of Crest. And IISER Kolkata has just recently, I think in a couple of months back, signed a MOU. I and my team were personally there in TCG Crest. And I think this is going to help the ecosystem enormously. Because I believe lots of one-to-one project collaboration, plus we may even look at joint PhD in near future, and this is going to help the institution a lot. We have also an innovation complex, and I have been telling this tirelessly in every meeting, that the innovation complex of RISE, I'm very happy to say that we have now received the funding in this particular year. Since the last convocation, we have actually received the check from the DST, and that is helping us to run. We have appointed a chief operating officer of the RISE. This appointment has just been done. So I'm sure the RISE will also start signing. We have one or two startups who are now have already there and who are expressing interest, and I'm sure this will be a great opportunity for students to spin off their ideas. Students are our best bets. So I would like many students to even look for an alternative option. Today, I must say that when we think of graduation for BSMS students, there is a standard way of thinking that we go for PhD, then become postdoc, and then go to academics. I think that mindset may change. In the new India, in the India which wants to become Atmanirbhar, we have to change our mindset. Some of you must create jobs rather than look for jobs. And don't think that the job creation is a responsibility of old people. Job creation is probably best done by the young people with their brilliant ideas. So that is where the RISE will help us a lot. I should also say that we have signed a MOU with a National University of Juridical Science in the area of forensic science and artificial intelligence. And I want to tell you this, that since now we have a data science department, giving minor, this is a very important initiative that we have taken, a minor in the data science and artificial intelligence. There is a lot of scope for many students to get into this. And this particular university has a great scope, great strength in forensic, and I think the collaboration with WB and UJS is only going to help us. We have been continuously increasing our facilities. And I must say, in my 5 years, if I have to singularly spot what I have done, is to give generous funding to all the departments. Wherever facilities were not there, facilities have been created, and even today, this year, we are creating certain major facilities, we are upgrading facilities, we are making the non-functional instruments functional, and I think that is a very, very important part that I must say. Our student community is, of course, great. Many of our BSMS students, they really get very good PhDs abroad. Many of them are now getting jobs. Our doctoral students also do well, and I'm sure they will continue to do well. We have various activities, extracurricular activities that the students do through the SAC. Various student-run clubs are running with the support of the institute administration for arts, music, photography, to develop all-round and healthy young minds. A team of trained counselors and psychiatrists, in conjunction with faculty members, ensure that no student is left behind in the celebration of the harmony in the campus. We, as practitioners of science, are aware that it is our collective responsibility to improve our society, and we give utmost importance to our outreach activities in all areas of society. Our faculty members and students engage in outreach activities on a regular basis. In fact, in December 2021, we participated in the Kalyani Book Fair. Again, we are giving a lot of importance to the local ethos. The reason we went to TCG Crest is very similar. So we participate in the Kalyani Book Fair, where it is interestingly various displays and live demonstration by all departments of IISER Kolkata attracted a large crowd throughout the 10 days of the fair. I am very happy to inform that IISER Kolkata has been recognized as a partner organization of the United Nations International Year of Basic Sciences for Sustainable Development. And I think this is a very important of 2022 Sustainable Development Mandate. Our Associate Dean is a member of the International Advisory Board. On National Science Day 2022, we announced a unique competition aimed at school children on the national level. In fact, the submission was in the form of essays, and it was simply titled, "If I Were a Scientist." So if I were a scientist, what would I do? We had 325 entries, and on the international panel of judges evaluated the entries. The winners, I'm very happy, were selected and announced on our foundation day, which took place actually just this Monday. Many of you know, 11th of July, we had a foundation day in this auditorium, outside this auditorium, where you displayed our research. And I'm very happy that there are 1,000 footfalls on that day, again from the local schools and colleges, and there's a huge enthusiasm to see these activities. So this is basically an open day on the foundation day. I wish that this kind of activities would continue. The open day activities will continue in future. Our Ek Pahal is of course doing a lot of work with underprivileged children to teach them, and very successfully they are continuing the work. At this point, I would say that this institute has a great potential. This institute has also received ups and downs. What we need is a consistent harmony, and I repeat this, consistent harmony among all members or all sections of the community to take this institute forward. I have no doubt in my mind that this institute has great promise, and I hope the promise will be fulfilled. Today, the students who will graduate will be our role models as they go out. I congratulate all the graduating students and of course their parents who are accompanying them. I also take this opportunity to thank all the members of our statutory bodies, the Board of Governors, Finance Committee, Building and Works Committee, Academic Senate for their continuous support and invaluable suggestions for various academic and administrative decisions. My sincere thanks to all the students, faculty, and staff members for their tireless efforts and significant contributions towards the growth and development of IISER Kolkata. Jai Hind.
Thank you very much, Professor Pal. Next, we are waiting for the Chairman of our Board of Governors, Professor Arvind Anant Natu, to deliver his speech. Professor Natu.
honorable guest, Professor Sangamitra Bandyopadhyay, Professor Saurabh Pal, Director IISER Kolkata, dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, and my dear students. It gives me a really great pleasure to welcome you on this important occasion on the convocation, the greatest day perhaps in the student's life. Higher education plays a pivotal role promoting human as well as societal well-being. As we march towards knowledge-based economy from the service-based economy, more and more Indians are likely to aspire for education. So on this background, I would like to put my thoughts on what we have done and what needs to be done or what is in future. Since its inception in 2006, now I'll be talking about the IISERs in general and IISER Kolkata in particular. IISER has adopted holistic approach of development, student-centric education, imparting interdisciplinary training in education and research. Thus, pioneering a new experiment in science education, not only on Indian scenario, but in few modules on the global scenario also. 16 years is not good enough period in the history of the institute of this nature. However, in order to nurture good practices and leave not so good ones, it is better to introspect and proceed to evaluate success of these efforts. It will also serve as a torchbearer for the next generation of IISER community and especially the younger faculty and new members and PhD scholars. I am not just going by the numbers, which from 2006 in IISER Kolkata, from 34 students to 300 students, I have witnessed the first admission process of IISER Kolkata. Faculty 5 numbers from to 130 and practically 0 publication to 800 publications. These are the numbers, some of the just numbers. Although they show a positive picture indicating that we are on the right path. We have been successful to a large extent the most important is just not the numbers, but we have been successful to a large extent to inculcate a new spirit and values in the system and young minds of the research. Hence, a student at the end of 5th year has higher analytical capabilities to take, or he can take decisions and accept challenges for and during his career. Their creativity is nurtured from day one. Presentation and allied skills are increased. They have been introduced to global standards of research so that they are accepted and assimilated easily, which facilitates smooth entry into global research world. Since they have about 1 year to 18 months of research training, adopted research methodology, it is very easy for them to start the job from day one when they enter either for PhD or for postdoc. This was possible mainly through strict respect for the merit, either when they enter into IISER on admission or during the whole their 5-year stay, global level infrastructure and faculty, dynamic syllabus keeping in pace with the state of the art progress of science, novel methods of evaluation where we would like to know what the student knows and not what the student doesn't know. So we have developed, because this examination was one of the real problem in the current system of education. So practically by devising new methods, it has been totally eliminated. And above all, faculty's role as facilitator of knowledge instead of givers as practiced earlier. Earlier, the teacher is supposed to give and students are supposed to accept. Now, teachers are facilitators of knowledge, and that is working well in line with this time. Another thing, students are also given cognizance of social scenario for realizing that it is time to give back to the society. Idam na mama, it is not mine. And with this, although we are in IISER in a academic paradise in terms of infrastructure and faculty, just within a kilometer away, there are schools which are completely deprived of even labs. Fortunately, in all the IISERs had taken cognizance of all these things and started those activities under outreach department or outreach section. So that a student from IISER is not only a bookworm scholar, but becomes a good citizen, and realizing the ultimate goal of science is betterment of society. Therefore, students coming out of IISERs play prime or pivotal role in the academics or industry, contributing to the science as envisaged earlier, but surprisingly to other areas such as management, law, content writing, and even the cinema shooting or the film lines. Recently, students are playing the role of job givers than the job seekers. This is a completely new activity adopted in the last 3 years initiated through our incubation centers and large number of startups, so that we'll try to make a good student and a good citizen. More than the academic achievements, progress of the research activities, IISER is phenomenal, as indicated by the number of publications, as indicated just now by Dr. Saurabh Pal, in high impact journals, ranking in NIRF, Nature and other. It will certainly accelerate the movement from service economy to knowledge economy to put the India on the global map. It's worthwhile to check the IISER Kolkata's recent achievements. To mention a few, IISER was the partner organization of International Year of Basic Sciences for Sustainable Development 2020. That played a major role in COVID, during the COVID and after the COVID, in development of a lipid-based vaccine in collaboration with Bharat Biotech, self-healing solid crystal, which was published in Science, outreach activities, open day, book fair, and so on and so forth. First executive, there are several individuals also who are on the laureates. To mention a few, first executive board of Federation of Commonwealth Sciences, Saurabh Pal. He also received Vivek Jyoti and Vijnan Ratna awards from various organizations. Alkesh from Chemistry Department got the Sierra Sai Bronze Medal. There are several projects which have got the Star Serve Awards, Nature ranking as I already mentioned, special issue published as a respect, special issue published by the Willy Science publication. And I must mention that keeping in line with the modern science, in other areas also, the opening of degree course in forensic sciences with the help of West Bengal Law Center in Kolkata. However, this is all positive what we have talked about. However, One must bear in mind that this is just a beginning of the new era. There are many avenues where we need to move faster and explore. This includes utility of research output for the societal needs. Although we are on the pathway, but that needs to pay more attention, which presently does not commensurate with the quality of our research. We are publishing huge number of papers, so taking into consideration these numbers, we should be in a position to take up so-called translational research. This lack of adequate translational research need to be paid attention to. Perhaps this lack is because we are in the process of raising our knowledge or research level to talk to the users for smooth translational shake-hand. Right now we are trying to, in order to enter or interact with the industry or societal needs, we need our science should be that high that so that we can shake hand with them. Perhaps in last 10 or 15 years we have done enough, and now we are really in a position to shake hand with the industry. Higher education fraternity, including IISER, should be in a position to increase the number without any content dilution. I am sure we will be able to overcome the problem by striking a balance between quality and quantity. Many more challenging research areas are waiting for the solutions, namely in the area of alternative energy, newer environment-friendly materials, life-saving biopharmaceuticals, bioagri waste utilization, faster communication tools, and above all, the availability of enough drinking water. And all of these things at affordable cost and so on. Besides these ongoing areas, newer competitive challenges are in the data science, artificial intelligence, machine learning, and other hardware systems in IT sector and needs special attention. These are some of the challenges, and I am sure IISER Kolkata community is gearing up to take up these challenges. Although interdisciplinary approach is more or less practiced in hardcore science, further integration into social science, humanities, engineering, and medical sciences needs further efforts. Of course, there are few examples, and I personally feel, considering a time frame of 16 years, this is by no means a small achievement, and would like to appreciate IISER community in general and IISER Kolkata in particular for this progress. Remember, we have miles to go to make our presence felt on the global map. Lastly, a holistic and multidisciplinary education would aim to develop all capacities of human being, including intellectual, aesthetic, social, physical, emotional, and moral in an integrated manner. IISER training will develop well-rounded individuals possessing critical 21st century capacities across the arts, humanities, science, etc., and rigorous specialization in chosen field. In IISER, almost all the above elements are being incorporated or in the process of incorporation, and thus forms a major part of Indian higher education network at present. I am very happy that today I could be physically present and have this dialogue after a black shadow of COVID era. Last year we had it online. Only silver lining of the black cloud is exploration or revisiting several research areas such as DNA and RNA based vaccine, as Saurabh has mentioned earlier, therapeutics, biosimilars, repurposing of the drugs, personalized medicines, and above all in the epidemiology, where the maths and bio researchers were marching ahead hand in hand. This is really a good scenario. My dear students, I am sure by this time you must have chosen the career path to pursue your career in academics or industry or any other areas where your capabilities developed in IISER will be extremely useful to proceed. Last but not least, I would like to also mention the contribution of Dr. Saurabh Pal, which as a director of this institution, and I am very happy that his leadership has really proved to be best one, and he has taken the IISER Kolkata on the path of progress, as I mentioned earlier. India has not got a Nobel Prize in Science after 1930. I sincerely appeal to you to take up career in science and hope to get the same by working for an Indian problem on the Indian soil. That will be a golden day and appropriate salutation to Indian science community. I wish you all the best and thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. And we have one more request for you, Professor Natu. It is the request to introduce the chief guest in today's occasion, Professor Sanghamitra Bandyopadhyay.
I am really fortunate enough to introduce Professor Sanghamitra Bandyopadhyay. Before I read her introduction, one good thing, she is in practice, or she deserves it to enter into IISER campus, because both the Institute of ISI as well as IISERs believe in interdisciplinary training and research, and she is the live example of both, as I'll read out her introduction. She is one of the preeminent computational biologists of the country. Professor Sanghamitra Bandyopadhyay is presently the director of Indian Statistical Institute. She is also a member of the Prime Minister's Science, Technology and Innovation Advisory Council since 2018, a pioneering research on how algorithmic optimization impacts biological data analysis. She is also credited with discovering a genetic marker for the breast cancer, the simultaneously of the occurrence of HIV and role played by the white matter in Alzheimer's disease. These are the really three examples, major examples where she has immense contribution. She had her BTech, MTech and PhD degrees in computer science and allied fields from the University of Kolkata, IIT Kharagpur and IISER Kolkata. Her professional career started as a lecturer in ISI in 1999. Her research areas, besides I mentioned above, include bioinformatics and computational biology, computational intelligence, pattern recognition, data mining, and multi-objective optimization. You can see the broad spectrum of activities of the research area in which she is expert. She also held the position of a researcher and faculty member with various foreign academic institutes. She has more than 300 research paper, book chapter, and what an accomplished academician should have. She has all these things besides research students, publications, chapters in the book, and conference proceedings, etc. An academic, if you go through the list of the awards she has won as a recognition of this, her contribution to the science, it is practically who's who list in the Indian Science Charter, mainly Ross Prize in Engineering Sciences, Infosys Award, Bose Fellowship, Shanti Swarup Bhatnagar Prize, Von Humboldt Fellowship, Swarna Jayanti Fellowship, It's a big list number, and what is most important is she has won many young scientist awards, engineering award, scientist medal in INSA. She is also a member of all the major academies, INSA, TWAS, NASI, INE, Institute of Electronics and Telecommunication Engineering, and West Bengal Academy of Science and Technology. We are really fortunate to have our chief guest, who has really wide experience, not only in computer science, but computer science and computational biology, the real need of the time. The Government of India conferred her Padma Shri Award in 2020 in recognition of her contribution to machine intelligence. It gives me a really great pleasure to welcome Professor Sanghamitra Bandyopadhyay and so on. Thank you very much.
Now, the chairman of our Senate is requested to present a memento to the chief guest, Professor Sanghamitra Bandyopadhyay. After this, I request the chairman of our Senate to present a memento to Professor Arvind Anant Natu, the chairperson of our Board of Governors.
I now request our Honorable Chief Guest, Professor Sanghamitra Bandyopadhyay, to deliver the address.
Professor Arvind A. Natu, Chairperson, Board of Governors, IISER Kolkata. Professor Saurabh Pal, Director, IISER Kolkata. Other dignitaries on and off the dais. Members of the faculty, staff, my very dear students, ladies and gentlemen. I am delighted to be with all of you today on one of the most important occasions of an academic organization, its convocation. An occasion which sees the fruition of the primary objective of the educational organization, sending out a batch of young individuals empowered with the invaluable weapons of knowledge and education into the world that will test the depth of their knowledge and strength of their character. Indian Institutes of Science, Education and Research were established as autonomous institutes for higher education to promote high-quality education and research in basic sciences. IISER Kolkata, along with IISER Pune, these were the first two institutes to be established in 2006 under this system. This 16-year-old institute, in prime teenage, has already established itself as an important force in the education and research landscape of Indian higher education, filling in the much-needed gap for those outstanding science students who do not want to, at least immediately, become engineers, technologists, and doctors, whose passion is doing science, unraveling the mysteries of nature and of the physical world, to watch, theorize, explain, and predict the various natural phenomena. IISERs are now counted among the best places to do science in India, and I firmly believe the next generation of great Indian scientists will emerge soon from this system, which, while being relatively focused, have the elements of the diversity so typical of a university. I think this is one of the best examples of a successful experiment in the Indian higher education scenario. I have known Professor Saurabh Pal for several years now. We keep interacting on and off, but I believe our maximum interactions have happened at the airports. It is during one such meeting at one of the airports a couple of months back that he mentioned IISER's convocation to me. And here I am, doing what I absolutely love to do, addressing a bunch of young graduates on a day of their lives that they will remember for a very long time. My heartiest congratulations to all of you, the graduating students, who have worked really hard to earn the degrees that will be conferred on you today. Today, you are stepping out into the professional world, equipped with the knowledge and training imparted to you so painstakingly by your teachers. Your parents, teachers, and the institution you belong to will also be, in a way, tested as how well they have groomed and inspired you. Remember, your success and your failure will be partly theirs. You therefore have a great responsibility to prove yourselves worthy of this institution, worthy of the hopes of your loved ones, and worthy of this nation that has nurtured you. You will be the brand ambassadors of not only this institution, but also of this state and of India. Therefore, conduct yourselves responsibly and graciously. I'm sure you have different dreams for yourselves. From amongst you, leaders of tomorrow will emerge. Do not be afraid to experiment, to go beyond what you think you are capable of, to take risks. A ship in harbor is safe, but that is not what ships are built for. So should it be for you. Most importantly, do not be afraid to fail. As Thomas Edison very famously put it, I have not failed. I have just found 10,000 ways that will not work. But always have a contingency plan as well, a plan to fall back on if things do go terribly wrong. But never, ever quit. I quote a few lines from a poem which I like very much, which is Don't Quit by Edgar A. Guest. Success is failure turned inside out, the silver tint of the clouds of doubt, and you never can tell how close you are. It may be near when it seems afar. So stick to the fight when you are hardest hit. It's when things seem worst that you must not quit. Tremendous advancement in science and technology has transformed our lives, we know, in various ways. The development of communication technology and the internet has led to constant connectivity with the external world. The small mobile phone has provided power to the common man, making information available at our fingertips. Great strides in space technology are now testing the limits to where humans can venture. As we speak, the James Webb Space Telescope is sending beautiful, deep images of the universe. The double asteroid redirection test aims to protect planet Earth from hazardous asteroid impact by deflecting the paths of asteroids. Generations of satellites have been launched that enhance our capabilities for communication, navigation, disaster management, teleeducation, medicine, climate and weather prediction, and space exploration. India also has made great progress in space exploration. ISRO is an organization the nation is proud of. From outer space, humans have gone deep into the atom and the nucleus, unraveling the mysteries of the microscopic. Harnessing the massive amounts of energy embedded in the nuclear reaction can be one of the ways of satisfying this energy-hungry population. At the same time, humanity has to guard against the potential pitfalls, the capacity of nuclear fission to create unstable nuclei, which can remain radioactive for ages. focuses therefore on nuclear fusion that produces massive energy in the sun. All these areas we all need to research. Research in the alternate sources of energy is the need of the day, now that mankind has realized the importance of replacing fossil fuels with other means of energy production that are sustainable in the long run and that are clean and green. We understand that climate change is a reality. Massive developments have also happened in healthcare. On one side, we are unraveling the information stored in our genes and are learning how to manipulate them. On the other, we are able to see at the nanoscale with the most advanced microscopes. Advanced imaging facilities are providing clinicians invaluable insights for medical interventions. Drugs these days are being designed on computers. Lifespan has gone up. Scientists have the capability now to predict possible diseases that an individual may develop and suggest early interventions. Customized organisms may be created. Possibilities are endless. From supercomputers, we are now aiming to build quantum computers, which are going to change the way we compute. With massive computational power, we will be able to simulate and model the most complex systems, make systems whose security may be impossible to break, and extract massive benefits from artificial intelligence. However, to get the big quantum computers, large-scale research is needed in material science, physics, chemistry, engineering, science, and various other disciplines. New algorithms would need to be designed. There is therefore an ongoing global race for building the most powerful quantum computer. India is also putting its effort in place, though for breakthroughs to happen, more and more researchers need to get going in the right earnest. As we know, this is the era of big data and data-driven science. Massive data is getting collected at every instant, which, if mined properly, can be a veritable powerhouse of information. Think of what happens in a second. The number of web searches, the number of messages posted on social media, the number of credit card transactions, the amount of data received from satellites, the number of transactions in the supermarkets. The amount of data is humongous. Getting data is not the problem these days. The bottleneck is getting adequate numbers of skilled human resources who can analyze the data and extract useful information. An expert data scientist needs to be strong in computer science, statistics, and mathematics. It is here that institutes like yours and institutes like mine, the Indian Statistical Institute, score very high. Prashanta Chandra Mahalanobis, the father of the Indian statistical system, founded ISI in 1931 with the vision that statistics would be the binding force between different disciplines, where both methodology and theoretical developments would happen in statistics and in other natural and social sciences. Mahalanobis got the first computer of India to the Indian Statistical Institute in Kolkata in 1956. This institute has been a cradle for cutting-edge research, serving the cause of statistics, mathematics, computer science, and economics, and some other disciplines in natural and social sciences. Friends, these times are trying, challenges are many. While we are making great strides in science, technology, and engineering, and trying to conquer the earth, seas, and the space, a minuscule virus has exposed how helpless and vulnerable we are in front of nature. The pandemic has affected us all. Economies around the world have been devastated, lives lost, livelihoods snatched. But the pandemic has demonstrated that science knows no boundaries. The world's scientists united against the common enemy. The pandemic has also taught us the importance of self-reliance as a nation. Through the deep commitment and vision of several of our citizens, India has become self-reliant through multiple programs like the Green Revolution, the Operation Flood, etc. Feeding its billions was not an easy task, but India has done it. It is my firm belief that a country whose education system imparts strong values, whose vision is broad, and whose mind is free will emerge a winner. This is where all of us have a great role to play. A society built on strong foundations of integrity, honesty, ethics, and a sense of service is bound to remain great. imbibe these fundamental values in whatever you do. As I said, times are trying, challenges are indeed many, and therefore opportunities are immense and possibilities are endless. Be alert to the opportunities that come to you and grab them when they present themselves. But do not expect success and happiness all the time. That will not happen. But remember, neither the good times nor the bad times will last forever. Wherever you are, whatever you attain, always remember that you have been very fortunate to have been born at a particular time, into a particular family, and under particular situations that have enabled you to be here today receiving your degrees. Had fortune not smiled on you, you might have been elsewhere in the most unenviable conditions that millions of our fellow citizens live in. If you care to look, you will find children without enough food, without proper health care, education, and all the basic facilities that many of us who are more fortunate have taken for granted. Do not forget our less fortunate countrymen. When you can, return something to this society. The country needs you. I once again congratulate all of you for your success today. You have achieved what you set out to achieve when you joined this institute. With this solid foundation now laid, build your dreams and put your heart in achieving your dreams. Young friends, the world is yours for the taking. Go out and make your mark. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
Thank you very much, madam, for your very inspiring speech. Now, we want some of our students to receive some special medals from your hand. First, you are requested to award the Director's Gold Medals to the students of the BSMS program who have secured the highest CGPA in their respective departments. So I am naming them one by one and requesting the students to come up to the stage and receive the gold medals from our Honorable Chief Guest, Professor Sanghamitra Bandyopadhyay. First, from the Department of Chemical Sciences, it is Dipankar Das, who scored a CGPA of 9.72. Dipankar Das. Next comes Biological Sciences. The recipient is Parth Chandak, whose CGPA has been 9.7. Parth Chandak. We next come to Earth Sciences. There the recipient is Sumedha D, whose CGPA is 9.69. Next comes Mathematics and Statistics. There the recipient of this Director's Gold Medal is Satwata Hans with CGPA of 9.68. In physical sciences, the gold medal goes to Akhil Kumar Nandi. His CGPA has been 9.53. After this comes the chairman's gold medal, and we request Professor Sanghamitra Bandyopadhyay, our honorable chief guest, to hand them out to the person for best academic performance across departments who has received the overall highest CGPA, and this student is Dipankar Das again from Chemical Sciences. Thank you very much. From this point, I request the Dean of Students Affairs, IISER Kolkata, to take over the proceedings for the presentation of special awards for overall excellence and excellence in extracurricular activities. So I request Professor Balaram Mukhopadhyay to conduct this process.
Thank you. So, Madam, I will request you again to present the Chairman's Medal of Excellence for the best performing student for all-round performance chosen on the basis of academic performance, extracurricular activities, involvement in student bodies, and helping the society. And the awardee is Mr. Somojit Gain from Chemical Science. Thank you, Madam. The Chairman's Medal for Commendation to PhD Student for Excellence in Extracurricular Activity. This year it goes to Dr. Kaustubh Gangopadhyay. Unfortunately, he is not here today. He could not be present. He is doing his postdoctoral research in the States, but congratulations to him. Now, I will start the degree award process. I will start with the PhD degree recipients, and I will go by the department. So I request the Chairman Senate to kindly present the degree of Doctor of Philosophy to the students of the PhD program who have been, on completing the prescribed requirements, admitted to this degree by the Senate of IISER Kolkata. The list starts with Department of Biological Sciences, Snigdha Mukhopadhyay, Supervisor Professor Annagiri Shumana. Shushnato Kormukar, under the supervision of Professor Mohit Prasad. Sudipto Haldar, again under Professor Mohit Prasad. Sagorika Das under Professor Parthopratim Datta. Now from the Department of Chemical Sciences, Harish Reddy Inta. Supervisor, Professor Venkatraman Mahalingam. Shaunik Pal. Supervisor, Professor Somojit Roy. Sriman De under the supervision of Devashish Kole. Nonigopal Ghosh, Supervisor Professor Sanjay Zade. Piali Mondal under the supervision of Professor Raja Shumugam. Himadri Shekhar Karmakar, Supervisor Professor Sanjay Zade. Gauri Tudu, Supervisor Professor Venkatramanan Mahalingam. Sahanaj Parveen, Supervisor Professor Shayan Bhattacharya. Sonju Das, Supervisor Professor Suman De Sarkar. Akash Jana from the group of Professor Viplav Maji. Sushobhan Das, Supervisor Professor Malla Reddy. Satyadip Vaiva from the group of Professor Biplav Maji. Sommodip Bhuiya from the group of Professor Pradipto Purakastha. Now from the Department of Art Sciences, Arnab Mujumdar under Professor Manoj Kumar Jaiswal. from the Department of Physical Sciences, Kingshuk Mukhuti, Supervisor Professor Bhabtosh Bansal. Thank you, sir. Many PhD students, they have already started their future studies, jobs. So I am just reading out the names of the absentee with the names of their supervisor. From the Department of Biological Science, Shoma Jana, under the supervision of Parthopratim Dotto, Saurabh Banerjee, under the supervision of Professor Rupak Dotto, Kaustubh Gangopadhyay, under the supervision of Professor Rahul Das, Umesh Goyal, under the supervision of Professor Malonchota, Preeti Roy, under the supervision of Professor Nilanjana Sengupta. Now from the Department of Chemical Sciences, Arup Kumar Das, under the joint supervision of Professor Shyam Sengupta and Professor R.N. Mukherjee, Ananya Saha, again from the joint supervision of Professor Shyam Sengupta and Professor R.N. Mukherjee, Arpan Mukherjee, under the supervision of Professor Arindam Mukherjee, Sayan Dotto, under the supervision of Professor Devashish Kole, Parvati Venu, from the supervision of Professor Raja Shanmugam, Devabroto Maiti, under the supervision of Professor Suman De Sarkar, Jyotirlata Singh, under the supervision of Professor Raja Shanmugam, Manos Khatua, under the joint supervision of Professor Subhash Samanto and Professor Raja Shanmugam, Vasudev Mandal, under the supervision of Professor Syam Sengupta. From the Department of Arts Sciences, Vijayananda Sarangi, under the supervision of Professor Prashant Sannal, Jashodhara Chaudhuri, under the supervision of Professor Supriya Mitra, Nisha Singh, under the supervision of Gopala Krishna Darbha, Ekta, again under the supervision of Professor Gopala Krishna Darbha. From the Department of Physical Sciences, Priyashree Kaur, under the supervision of Professor Ritesh Kumar Singh, Partho Shakha De, under the supervision of Professor Rumi De, Avijit Kundu, under the supervision of Professor Ayan Banerjee, Taposh Bar, under the supervision of Professor Bhabtosh Bansal. From the Center of Excellence in Space Science, India, CESI, Athira B.S., under the supervision of Professor Dibyendu Nandi and Professor Nirmal Ghosh. So please give a big hand to the awardees. Now again, I will request sir to present the awards to the integrated PhD student, those who are graduating with PhD. Starting from the Department of Biological Science, Shagato Das, under the supervision of Professor Shankar Maiti. Shauradip Sengupta, under the supervision of Professor Joyashree Das Sharma. Arunita Banerjee, under the supervision of Professor Anindita Bhadro. Now from the Department of Chemical Sciences, Apabrita Mallik, under the supervision of Professor Sommajit Roy. Soroshijo Das under the supervision of Professor Sanjio Zade. Diptendu Patra under the supervision of Professor Raja Shumugam. Swarup Banerjee from the group of Professor Pradeep Kumar Ghorai. Saptarshi Mondal from the group of Professor Prasun Kumar Mondal. Munshi Shahid Hossain from the group of Professor Shubhajit Bandopadhyay. Now from the Department of Mathematics and Statistics, Ashish Kumar Poti under the supervision of Saugato Bandopadhyay. From the Department of Physical Sciences, Srijita Sinha from the group of Professor Narayan Banerjee. Purba Mukherjee from the same group, Professor Narayan Banerjee. In this list also there are some absentee, so I am quickly just going through their name. Sushanta Kumar Sinha from the group of Professor Supratim Datto, Ravi Kumar from the group of Partho Sarathi Ray, Fariha Sadi from Professor Jayashree Das Sharma's group, Debanjana Chakraborty again from Professor Jayashree Das Sharma's group, Lucky Sarkar from the same group. From the Department of Chemical Sciences, Mrinal Mondal with Professor Prasun Kumar Mondal. From the Department of Physical Sciences, Moitreya Kanto Bhattacharya in the group of Professor Rajesh Kumble Nayak and Kuheli Biswas from the group of Professor Anandamohan Ghosh. Now we have the student who entered the institute for integrated PhD but later on decided to go with the MS degree. From the Department of Biological Science, Ujjal from the group of Professor Supratim Datto. Now from the Department of Chemical Sciences, Aritro Roy from the group of Professor Sayam Sengupta. Somodip Ghosh from the group of Professor Priyadarshi De. Shayandip Chakraborty from the group of Professor Biplav Maji. There are some absentees in this list also. From Department of Biological Science, Prasad Kumar Das from the group of Professor Rahul Das, Sohan Singh Rawat from the group of Professor Rupak Datta, and from the Department of Physical Sciences, Kaustuv Rai from the group of Professor Rajesh Kumble Nayak. They are also getting the MS degree under the program Integrated PhD. Now I am requesting the Chairman Senate to present the degrees of the BSMS student. First, I invite the head of the department from Biological Sciences to announce the names of the degree recipient from his department.
So I'll read out the names, starting with Mahak Bhushan. Devdeep Chatterjee. Diptotanu Das. Arnab Mondol. Neha Beju. Nandita N. Lakshmi Prakash. Saurabh Maji. Anurag Banerjee. Urvasi Milind Chitnavis. Amina Muhammad. Mahapatra Anshuman Jai Singh. Sushmita Haldar. Anindo Mondol. Shenoy Amea Sunil. দীপ্তেশ সরকার, মুখারে ঋষিকেশ সুনীল, রাহুল এম রাম, এপিল মান্ডি, তুহিন শুভ্র পাল, রুহানি বি, আদিত্য কুমার, অনিকেত মালাকার, কুণাল পাল, পদ্মপ্রিয়া এস, ঈশান ডি চৌধুরী, অভিজিৎ চৌধুরী, অরিত্র মণ্ডল, সৃজিতা কর্মকার, বুধাদিত্য গায়েন, আশিক খাদের সি, নির্মিতি নিতিন মুলে, Bikram Maji, Parth Chandak, Aparna O.M., Anantu S., Sneha Shudha Subhadarshani Sahu, Ashim Kumar Basumatri, Shashwat Kumar Mohanty, Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Now we invite the head of the Department of Chemical Sciences to announce the names of the degree recipient from that department.
कुंदन कुमार, सौम्यदीप दास, विश्वान्वेश पांडा, प्रसाद बेहरा, अर्नब नंदी, दुचारी हर्षवर्धन, सुदीप्ता मंडल, सैकत मंडल, दीपांकर दास, जिलिक दत्ता, शफाली पात्रा, रंजेश कुमार, कौस्तव बनर्जी, चंदन कुमार, हर्षित कुमार, अवनीश कुमार, एनसी यू, सत्यप्रकाश पांडा, महुआ चक्रवर्ती, शशांक शेखर इंद्री, अनुष्का राज, वेदांत एस, पियाली रे, संजय दास, अरुमय विश्वास, हर्ष गौतम, Surya Swarup Das. Roshan Kumar. समर्थ राजदान. सप्तर्षि चौधरी. तनारी श्याम सुंदर प्रताप. सुगम मिश्रा. ऋषभ कुमार सिंह. गौरव कुमार. शायक विश्वास. दीपायन माइती. मनीष कुमार. अनिकेत माझी. तियाशा दास. पवन राठौर. सेरिंग तुंडुप. बासिम बशीर. राहुल राज के. ईशा फारूक. Priyanshu, Amrita Sajeevan, Soumajit Gayan, Buddhadev Sahana, Bimlesh Kumar Yadav, Mohit Chotia, Sanat Kumar,
Thank you. Now we invite the head of the Department, Arts Sciences, to announce the names of the degree recipient of the Department of Arts Science.
The names are Rajiv Ranjan, Amit Kumar, Vivek Raj, Anubhav Koyal, Kumar Aditya, Mohit Lohani, Anant Sanjay Galge, Rahul Subbaraman, प्रज्ञा पारमिता दास, अयन घोष, हर्ष गुप्ता, ऋतिक मंडल, शिवानी वर्मा, नवनीत सिंह, फागुन किस्कू, अभिषेक शिकदार, देशपांडे रुचा संजय, शक्तिपद टुडू, बोर्दे हर्षवर्धन सुखादेव, आबिर कांजीलाल, नारायण जंगीद, मेवान बंशनवार, सायन दास, अभिषेक रॉय, धानुष कुमार कानीमेरा का, सुमेधा, Stanjin Fanthongs, Chidithoti Sani Joel, Dekipoti, Snehil Nondi, Rupam Borgari, thank you.
Thank you. Now I invite the head of the Department of Mathematics and Statistics to announce the names of the degree recipients of the department.
Yeah, so the names for the Department of Math and Stat are as follows: Dhawal Narendra Chaudhary, Kumar Nilesh, Vivek Kumar Singh, Kirubanant S, Shubham Kumar Singh, Nakshatra Kumar Bailung, Sadhana Hansta, Devmallo Bandyopadhyay, Shatwata Hans, Jayant Jain, Soyan Sengupta, Dibmendu Pal, Bhura Omkar, Disha Hegde, Vaishnav Garg, Annesh Pal, Srushti Sahu, Pradeep Vishwakarma, T. Harish, Dinesh Rathia, Kumbhargire Rudresh Subhas, Sucharita Mollik, Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Now I invite the head of the Department of Physical Science to announce the names of the degree recipient of the department.
So, total number of 62 students are getting their degrees from DPS today, and I read the names of those here. I start with Ornop Kundu, Rohit Prasad, Atul Prahlad Gothe. Akhil Kumar Nondi. Doipayon Dube. Shubhrangshu Vishwas. Nagpal Avni. Anmol Kumar. Pratik Patnaik. Adarsh Raghu. Himanshu. Ankur Pal. Hitesh Ratan. Shammo Roy Chaudhary. Bhuvanambika P. Harish Ashok Kumar. Paranjpe Atharva Abhijit. Abhishek. Abhishek Sinha, Ronak Noshkar, Shobhik Paul, Aditya Anurag Das, Chandratre Pranav Ganesh, Akhil Ignatius Lacerado, Reshma Kumawat, Shankhadeep Man, Vikrant Kumar, Priyanuj Bordoloy, Ritam Banerjee, Abhishek Mishra, S. Ashutosh, Piyush Sharma, Kasturi Ranjan Swai, Fahad Anis Sheikh, Abhishek Kumar, অয়নাভ বিশ্বাস, সোনাই বিশ্বাস, अखिल भारतीय, भास्कर दास, संगीता चंद्र, अमल VS, सोमदेव बिशोई, अनंत श्री, ऋतव्रत मोहांता, शुभम कुमार, रिंकेश पानिग्राही, ललित कुमार, कुमार सत्यम, सारण्य रमेश V, दिव्या शिखा, कीर्ति के, Hemant Prasad, S. Yogesh, Debosmita Nondi, Alisha KT, and Shondeep Maiti. Thank you.
Thank you. Now I request the Chairman Senate to kindly present the degree of Bachelors of Science to the students of the 5-year BSMS dual degree program who have been on completing the prescribed requirements admitted to this degree by the Senate of IISER Kolkata. From the Department of Biological Sciences, Devesh Pradhan. Thank you, sir. Now I am going to announce the names of the degree recipients who could not attend the 9th convocation. First, the BSMS degree awardees from Department of Biological Science, Rishika Rai. From Department of Chemical Sciences, Rahul Shamanto, Raman Kumar, Mudda Deva Kumar. From the Department of Arts Sciences, Shoikot Shatra, Puneet Prakash, Shastik Shuman Behra, Manoj Jakar, Selke Sanket Anil, Kamlesh Kumar. From the Department of Mathematics and Statistics, Yash Govardhan Verma, Dhanasri Shandip Shomani, Umang Srivastava, Shantanu Dash. From the Department of Physical Sciences, Ankit Anand, Anirudh Deepak Deshpande, Dahale Rohan Arun, Shohan Sengupta, Sharba Tulsi Malla, Abhinash Das. The BS degree holders, they couldn't attend the convocation today. Sagar Kumar Chaudhuri from Department of Physical Science, Aniket Shahu from Department of Biological Science, I. Ilamuhil from the Department of Mathematics and Statistics, and from the Department of Arts Science, Jyoti Prakash Samal. Now I request the Chairman Senate to kindly initiate the exhortation. And I request the graduating student to rise and keep standing during the exhortation. Please rise.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as the Chairman of the Senate of Indian Institute of Science, Education and Research, Kolkata, I now admit you to the degrees of Bachelor of Science, Master of Science, Doctor of Philosophy, and do grant and confer upon you all the rights, privileges, honors, and dignities pertaining to the degrees. remember that your knowledge and intellectual attainment is the most sacred wealth of the nation. You shall therefore use it in a manner befitting the honor and dignity of your country and of your alma mater. You shall make every effort in all circumstances to uphold the scientific temper, dignity of your profession, and integrity of your character. You shall endeavor in every way, through thought, word, and action, to bring about the well-being of the people.
Degree recipients. Thank you. Please silent. I now request the Chairperson, Board of Governors of IISER Kolkata to kindly sign the register for the award of the degrees.
I now request the respected Chairperson, Board of Governors of IISER Kolkata, Professor Arvind Anand Natu, to kindly declare the 9th Convocation of IISER Kolkata closed.
I declare the 9th Convocation of Indian Institute of Science, Education and Research, Kolkata, closed.
धन्यवाद महोदय, थैंक यू सर। अब हम सभी से अनुरोध करते हैं कि कृपया राष्ट्रगान के लिए खड़े हो जाएं। We now request everyone to please rise for the national anthem. So we need to start in unison, so I'll start and please join me. जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता, पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा, विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा, तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मागे, गाहे तब जय गाथा, जन गण मंगल धायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता, जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे। भद्र महिलाएं एवं महोदयगण, शैक्षिक शोभा यात्रा अभी सभागृह से प्रस्थान करेगी। कृपया खड़े हो जाएं और शोभा यात्रा के सभी सदस्यों के सभागृह से प्रस्थान कर लेने तक खड़े रहें। Ladies and gentlemen, the academic procession will now leave the hall. Please rise and remain standing till all the members of the procession leave the convocation hall.
गच्छध्वं संबदाध्वं संवो मनांसि जानता समानो मंत्र समीति समानी समानं मनः सहचित्त मेषा संगच्छध्वं संबदाध्वं संवो मनांसि जानता समानि व्याकुति समाना हृदयानिव समानि व्याकुति समाना हृदयानिव.
कृपया बैठ जाएं. Kindly take your seats. कृपया ध्यान दें. प्रिय स्नातक छात्र, प्रेक्षागृह के बाहर आपके लिए फोटोग्राफी सत्र का आयोजन किया गया है. तस्वीरें वेबसाइट पर अपलोड कर दी जाएंगी. आप वहां से उन्हें डाउनलोड कर सकते हैं. बाहर जाने के लिए स्वयंसेवक आपका मार्गदर्शन करेंगे. कृपया उनके अनुदेशों का पालन करें. फोटोग्राफी सत्र के बाद कृपया रजिस्ट्रेशन डेस्क से खाने के पैकेट्स ग्रहण कर लें. काइंड अटेंशन प्लीज. Dear graduating students, a photography session has been arranged outside the hall. The photographs will be uploaded on the website from where you will be able to download the same. Please follow the instructions of the volunteers as they guide you to the exit. After the photography session, please collect food packets from the registration desk. Thank you.